When summer temperatures peak, the searing winds, known as the Lu, present an immediate physical threat to children outdoors. Extended exposure without protection leads to rapid dehydration and sudden heat stroke. But in schools across the state, students are actively practicing how to survive it. Through targeted safety drills, they learn the exact steps to protect themselves and their classmates. In this video, we'll walk you through how to organize a life-saving awareness session and mock drill on Lu protection for your students. To run this drill, you only need 5 things: your Mukhyamantri Vidyalaya Suraksha Karyakarm booklet, a focal teacher, a selected student to act as the ball prarak or child motivator, a standard gamcha, and water. By putting these tools directly into the hands of the students, you equip them to act as first responders. They learn to identify the early warning signs of heat emergencies, protecting both themselves and their families. Step 1 begins 1 to 2 days before your Saturday session. The focal teacher sits down with the ball prarak to review the specific chapter on the Lu. The child needs time to read the material and grasp the warning signs of heat stroke. As the focal teacher, your job here is to guide, not dictate. Give the ball prarak the confidence and knowledge to take ownership of the upcoming Saturday presentation. This deliberate preparation makes the actual session student-led. When peers teach peers, the material stays engaging, avoiding one-way lectures that students might tune out. On Saturday, arrange the students in a golgara, a large circle. The ball prarak takes the center, with the focal teacher stepping back to observe. Foster an informal and highly conversational environment. This shouldn't feel like a strict classroom test, but an open discussion where everyone feels comfortable. Look at the top section labeled Aau Jane. The ball prarak uses this to ask what happens to bodies in extreme heat. Prompt the students to shout out physical symptoms like high body heat, lack of water, vomiting, diarrhea, and fainting. Having the students actively recall these symptoms builds immediate recognition. If they can name the signs in a circle, they will quickly spot them in a friend who is struggling on the playground. Now move to the Zaruri Bate segment. Here we shift from identifying the problem to practicing proactive prevention. Instruct the ball prarak to physically demonstrate using protective tools, like properly wrapping a gamcha around their head and neck or wearing a cap. Next, initiate the mock drill. The ball prarak announces a simulated emergency. Pretend Rahul has fainted from the Lu. The students must physically practice the immediate response. Step 1, carefully move the affected peer out of the sun into shade. Step 2, loosen their collar to help them breathe. Finally, simulate offering cooling, rehydrating drinks. Remind them of the best options to restore electrolytes, like lassi, chach, nimbu pani, or ampana. Do not skip this physical role play. Reading about first aid is helpful, but the physical muscle memory built during a mock drill is the mechanism that actually kicks in during a panic to save lives. To close the session, the focal teacher assigns a specific weekend task, the Garwalo Kalia Sandesh. Instruct students to tell their parents to rest indoors during the peak afternoon heat, avoiding heavy labor when the sun is highest. Second, remind them to tell their parents to always cover their heads before stepping out to the fields or the local markets. This homework expands the drill's reach. It transforms students from passive learners into active safety advocates, ensuring protocols protect vulnerable family members at home. By the end of the Saturday session, your students know exactly what to do. They can hydrate safely and look out for one another. They are equipped to identify heat stroke, deploy protective tools like the gamcha, and execute emergency care for a friend without hesitation. This chart is your Surakshit Shanivar annual wheel. Teachers and administrators must review this calendar to identify the specific week dedicated to Lu protection for their school. Gather your ball paraks, schedule your drills, and implement these exact steps. Preparation today guarantees a cooler, safer learning environment and a more resilient community tomorrow.